So last time in the comment section down below, you guys voted to see JUNKRAT as the player that we're going to talk about today, and here we go, watching PVPTwitch playing JUNKRAT. Now if you have any certain character that you want me to talk about in the future, please leave them down in the comment section down below, and whoever gets the most upvotes or comments, I will talk about next. As well with that, if you want to see any other character right now, there is a playlist that you can click at the card at the top right of the screen right now, and you will be taken there. You'll be able to see really any character that you want to see. Anyways, straight after PVPTwitch playing JUNKRAT, I feel like JUNKRAT's a very good character right now. I feel like he's very strong, does a lot of burst, does a lot of overall consistent DPS, can spam all over the place, and can 1v1 most characters in the game if he is near his team. So he has a lot of stuff going for him. Maybe one bad part about him, and one thing that I'm going to talk about right now, is that he can't really deal with Pharaoh on certain maps, and I feel like that's his main weakness right now in the meta that we're in. So if you possibly can, before you get into your game, try to get a Soldier 76 support, or a hit scan / second DPS hit scanner, or any of that crap for your team so that you can deal with the enemy Pharah. That's something that's going to be very important and probably win you a lot of games, because it can be kind of hard, depending on the map, to kill the Pharah. Again, if it's an open map like this one is. So we have a Widowmaker this game, which does help us quite a bit right there. Early on, we saw also right there, you know, we were spamming at the enemy spawn, we put down a mine, we put down some damage, whatever. Instead of just getting a pick, which is the main thing that you think that would really help you get, that can also force people to not go out of one of the certain enemy spawns, the one that you put your mine next to, and it just kind of forces everybody to go through the other spawn, which can help your team get a ton of damage out and charge a lot of ult charge. So even though you might not be helping yourself, you can be helping a lot of your teammates, which is nice. As well, this game we don't see a Reinhardt. There we go with a super early tire, but we don't see a Reinhardt on our team. And normally you'd think, you know, it'd be kind of hard to play this character without Reinhardt, but you don't really need one to spam behind. While it does make you a bit more safe, and it makes it that you can stand a lot more out in the open, you don't really have to go for one. You can actually play often without one. But you do have to play a little bit differently. Instead of just standing behind the Reinhardt like you normally do, when you go for damage, you have to instead peek at the enemy, shoot, and then go out of the line of sight, shoot, go to line of sight, shoot, back and forth, back and forth. Your DPS is kind of like Reapers, where you can't just continuously look over the edge like a soldier might have to be. You have to look, stop looking, look, stop looking, as we're seeing right here. You see, every single time we shoot, we go up, then we go back. It's kind of weird, kind of awkward, but without being able to hide behind a shield, it's kind of what you have to do. As well, you do really have to focus on getting the high ground. There's a lot of great ultimates that we see this game also. You do want to make sure that you're trying to get your ultimate on the enemy Mercy. That's one of your only ways to kill her. As well with that, though, you can actually mine people and one-shot them. A lot of certain characters you can mine, and Mercy, if you're getting damage boosted yourself, you can kind of kill. Right here we're seeing something that's nice, which is that we're actually spamming a door to stop the enemy Ana from escaping. This is something you can just kind of do, you know, if you see someone somewhere, spam right there, tell your teammates where they are, and they're probably going to be trapped, and you can actually finish them off. So you can go for that if you want to, and it'll often help you out quite a bit. For your mine as well, what you might want to try to go for is that, you know, if you're like half health and you're about to die, just use it to escape, and don't be afraid of wasting it. I'd say don't really be risky with it, and just use it again when you get near half health. Right here we see ourselves being damage boosted, and I think very soon we're going to see some people coming up these stairs, and you could essentially just one-pop a lot of people if they have any damage. So we're going to see that in a second, but yeah, that's a very important thing to kind of remember for yourself. You do a ton of damage and a ton of burst, a lot more than many of the other characters are really going to do. Maybe we'll see that in a second later, but yeah, that is going to happen in a little while at least. Something else that we see right here is that when you have a good combo going, you actually want to walk up like melee range. While it is very risky, it's also very consistent, and it allows you to get these very consistent just AoE damage bombs out, these AoE mines out, and your primary fire out. Again, it does kind of risk your life, but especially if there's like a graviton, it's not way too risky, and it's something that you definitely can go for. We're also seeing quite a bit this game that we're just throwing out these traps way out in the boonies, way far ahead of where our team is. You can do that because all you have to do is just throw the trap out. If it hits somebody, you have a chance of getting a pick, while if the enemy team just kills it, there's really no negative. So we see a lot of traps just being randomly thrown out. As we see right there, there's a trap all the way in front of us, and it's fine. It's not really doing way too much, but it's there. And then when a team fight finally starts out, we put a trap right next to us or next to our supports or anything like that, and that kind of just protects us a little bit. Here again, we have our ultimate up. We're charging this thing very quickly. Usually when you use your ultimate, you can use it to save yourself, as we saw right there, but mainly, you want to make sure that you're actually looking around, zigzagging, and not just shooting it straight at the enemies. I see many people going for this, and while it does make sense because you're getting to them the fastest way possible, it can often be hit by projectiles and other stuff that'll stop it, while if you go in a little bit weirder of a direction, it's not going to be stopped. So there you go. We're also going to, slowly wait until the next round starts. This is a very small gameplay, but I have a few more tips that I want to give about this round before we get on to the next one. One of them is to just randomly shoot where the enemy may be. I know that sounds kind of dumb, and your accuracy is going to go way down, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. If you can charge them or ult charge, if you can throw extra mines that you have out where the enemy might possibly be when you can't see them, just go for it. It's definitely worth it, and especially if you know that a team fight isn't right about to happen, and you need that clip or you need that mine, it's just free potential damage. Even if you only have a 1% chance to get it, who wouldn't take that damage? Yeah, just keep spamming in that general direction. But then, of course, do aim when you finally see people that are very close to you. Earlier, we also did see that there was Reinhardt and Winston or whatever. What you can do is use your mine to either boop them out of their shield, that's really good to use against Winston, or put them into a bad situation, which is good to do against Reinhardt. Your mine goes directly through these shields, you shoot it at them, you blow it up, and they fly upwards or fly sideways or fly wherever, really just wherever you decide to throw the mine. And that's great for your team because it can just make so the enemy backline is in a bad situation, especially if they have someone like a soldier that's been hiding behind the enemies. Well, they're not going to be way too safe for the next few seconds. You might be able to get a pick, one of your teammates might be able to get a pick, and mainly this can help like your own soldier, your own Widow, your own McCree, or maybe even your own Pharah. Any of those different characters could probably give you a chance of doing, at least potentially quite well. And it's finally, what we saw last round is that you can actually damage boost one-shot many heroes. So if you can get your Mercy on your team to damage boost you, try to do it, because especially against Genji and Tracer, which we see later on during this match, during the offensive portion, it's very important because it gives you a huge chance to be able to get picks on offense and defense, and that's really what you need as this character, other than just your overall potential damage. I feel like this character is great at getting picks, great at getting out consistent damage. Just kind of depends how far away you are, if you're getting heals, if you're behind your team, anything like that. But yeah, he can generally kind of do it all. But he's not super self-sufficient, so you kind of have to be next to your teammates. You have to either have health, boost, something, but his overall DPS is quite a bit higher than most people, and his mobility is, decently well as well. At the beginning right there, we saw ourselves using the mine to scout ahead, try to get an early pick. Didn't work out for us that time, but sometimes it will, and if you're at the very beginning of an offensive map and you know that you have a few seconds to push anyways, there's no reason to just not really go for that. Right here, we try to shoot the Reinhardt out of the way, works out okay, but we get hooked and die. That was just unfortunate for us. I think our Ryan let his shield down, or we had a Winston. Yeah, the Winston shield went down or something like that. Unfortunate, but, we did whatever we can. And in this round, what we're really trying to do is just shooting a ton into the middle of team fights unless we see somebody out of the way. If we see somebody, let's say that guy that we see right in front of us right now, not in the team fight, we try to shoot them, we try to pick them, we try to follow up on them. But if it doesn't work, we go back to spamming at the team fight. And luckily for him, he kept missing that jump right there, so he lived. Whatever. As JUNKRAT, you just kind of have to guess where the enemy's going to be going, and sometimes they might do worse than you really want them to. Here we see an ultimate trick. What you can do is actually stick it to a wall, not jump, and then wait a second, and then get a free pick when you either see where someone is, hear where someone is, or anything like that. People won't be prepared for it, and yeah, you're getting a free kill right there. It's even harder to predict than regular. Right there we see a Mercy. She gets trapped. That's just the power of the trap generally. When people have to kind of follow you, or when they're trying to res a teammate, that's especially something that's useful. And yeah, as always, the trap and your ultimate are really your only ways to kill Mercy, so you might want to have a teammate that can kill her a little bit easier. Alright, now I think we're getting close to where we have to 1v1 this Genji a few times, or I guess we're just going from one time. When you are trying to counter the Genji and trying to just beat him up, you really have to make sure to trap under yourself, shoot either under yourself or where you think he's going to be going, and then mine above him so that he can't reflect it, and then blow it up. That's really what you can do, and if you just do that simple step, or I guess those simple steps, you can 1v1 most Genjis. It can be kind of hard though. If you aren't at full HP, you're probably going to lose, or if you don't have any teammates next to you, you might have the chance of losing, which is kind of hard. We're finishing it up right here though. We're getting it rezzed, and then unfortunately we instantly died. Not much we can do about that. We tried our best though, because we tried to jump out of the way. We hit the wall. Again, not much we could do. I guess we could have maybe double mined, which might have worked. I don't know exactly. But we finished it off. Our teammates finished off the map, and we got a few picks before that, and we helped us win this game. Overall, though, I feel like Junkrat is super strong right now. Very good versus flankers, very good versus tanks, very good versus just about everything. He's just not the most self-sufficient DPS in the game. Maybe someone like Soldier is a bit better at that one thing in particular. But yeah, a good pick to play nonetheless. And I just say, you know, if you want to play him, go for him. And PVPTwitch right now, I think, is in like top 8 or maybe even more right now. So obviously, he's a very good pick to go for. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did learn anything, make sure to leave me down a comment in the comment section down below, either what you learned or I guess what character you want me to talk about in the next video. As always, guys, though, thank you all for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. And as always, have a wonderful day. I'd like to thank Gilded.gg for sponsoring this video and mainly helping me a lot through the adpocalypse. So, Gilded itself is a website focused on finding, founding, and expanding your gaming team with relative ease. You can schedule events, recruit new members, build team comps, and find teams to scrim with and to scrim against. Best of all to you guys, it's free. You can get started yourself with the link in the description below, and if you sign up by November 10th, you'll be entered into a chance to win a $50 Blizzard gift card. So, maybe I'll see you there.